Good morning, students. Today's topic is from English poetry. One of the most important poem from the examination point of view. It is Snowdrop today, and this poem has been composed by Ted Hughes, a great poet, and he has been a poet laureate. And let me discuss today what this poem is about. Snowdrop is the title, and before knowing the poem, let me understand the title of the poem. Snowdrop is actually a wintering flower, a flowering plant or a winter flower that grows in the winter. This flower has its own specialty and strength of growing in winter season. But why poet has picked up this topic, and what is the crux, what is the theme, and what central idea actually the poet serves in this poem is all we must know about. Actually, the poet in this poem talks about a theme, or we can say the central idea of the poem is the toughness, the brutality, the strictness, the shrinkness, and the atrocities of winter. We all know that we have two important seasons. We have four seasons, but two of them are summer and the winter. Summer brings all the jubilations, all the happinesses, all the greenery, all the fresh fruits, everything is good in the summer. We go for outings, we go for trips, tours, we play, everything, whatever we do in the summer. But when it comes to winter, our activities are reduced. We feel worried, we have that coldness, that infections, that brutalities of the winter. We keep upon, we put on heavy clothing, we gather huge and heavy fires, we try to keep ourselves warm in the winter. And this is what actually the poet wants to mention to 10th class students and all the readers as well. He wants to say that winter is a tough season. Winter is a tough season, it's a brutal season, that it even doesn't allow the snowdrop to grow fully. Snowdrop, which is already a winter flower, Snowdrop has the possibility, snowdrop has the power, the strength to grow in the winter, but unfortunately, the winter smacks down even the snowdrop. This is what actually the poet wants to let us know. Now, let me discuss Snowdrop, the wintering flower, which we discussed. And why has poet chosen? Because I earlier told you that he wants to let us know that snowdrop is the flower that grows in winter, but winter is so tough that it even doesn't allow it to grow. Winter doesn't even allow snowdrop to grow fully with its energy, with its bloom. And let me know. Read line by line. There are only 7 to 8 lines of this poem without a full stop. At the end of the poem, it has a full stop, and let's come to know. Now is the globe shrunk tight. Now is the globe shrunk tight. The very first line the poet says, now is the globe shrunk tight. I have underlined globe. Now is the globe shrunk tight. Globe has been metaphorically used for snowdrop. Snowdrop is a round bell-like flower. And here the poet has used globe as a metaphor for snowdrop. He says that snowdrop has shrunk. Snowdrop has shrunk. We can get another meaning. Now is the globe shrunk, right? If we go to the philosophy, if we go to the depth of the poem, we can, for ourselves, we can understand that the poet is talking about whole world. Now is the whole world shrink tight. सारी दुनिया जो है वो सिकुड़ चुकी है because of the coldness. We already know summer में blooming होती है, flowers होते हैं, fruits होते हैं, but when it comes to winter, everything gets shrink. Even we human beings, animals, everything prefers to be inside, and that's what he says. Now is the globe shrunk tight. Now is the globe shrunk tight. Second form of shrunk. Third form of the shrunk. Sorry. Now is the globe shrunk tight. Now is the wintering flower Snowdrop shrunk tight, or now is the whole world shrunk tight because of the coldness. Round the mouse's dulled wintering heart. This is a very, very complicated line. Most of the people do not understand it. It's very easy. If we go to the philosophy, he says that the mouse that used to be active during the summers, he is now dulled. He is now the mouse. Sorry, it is now dulled. The mouse. The poet says that now the globe shrunk tight, and round the mouse's dulled wintering heart. The mouse is hot. It too has dulled. It has become dull, lazy because of the severe cold, because of the chill outside. That even the mouse does not come out of its mouse hole. It prefers to be inside the mouse hole. It has become dull. It has become dull. Now is the globe shrunk tight. अब दुनिया पूरी सिकुड़ चुकी है. अब पूरा मैंने ऑलरेडी बताया इसको ग्लोब को दुनिया भी समझो आप, इसको आप सोनोड्रॉप भी, क्योंकि किताब में जो लिखा है उन्होंने सोनोड्रॉप लिखा है, लेकिन अपनी फिलॉसफी जो है हमारी, हर रीडर जो है वो अपनी फिलॉसफी के तरीके से समझ सकता है. द ग्लोब श्रंक टाइट. अब जो है विंटर आ गया है तो दुनिया सारी सिकुड़ चुकी है, बिकॉज विंटर डजंट एग्जिस्ट ओनली इन वन कॉर्नर ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, इट एग्जिस्ट्स इन एवरी कॉर्नर ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. इट्स इन क्रालपुरा, इट्स इन कोपारा, इट्स इन मुंबई, इट्स इन विंटर इज एवरीवेयर. अब थोड़ी सी क्लाइमेट की चेंज होती है. दैट्स व्हाई मे बी द पोएट हैज अ फिलॉसफी दैट नाउ द ग्लोब श्रंक टाइट, द होल वर्ल्ड हैज बिकम टाइट, हैज श्रंक because of the coldness, because of the bitter wave of coldness. And round the mouse's dull wintering heart, the mouse's heart has become dull because of the winter. It has become wintering heart. Wintering. Here the word winter has been used as fourth form of the verb. And when we use fourth form of the verb, it has been used as a noun here. Wintering. Wintering. It has used as a gerund. So he has used it as a wintering heart. Wintering heart. The mouse's heart has become wintering heart. That means cold heart. Mouse's heart has become wintering heart. Dull, cold. Ya sarad huin gumut. Ya shuthamut huin. Imsashn wo ruzmus passion ke, wo zeal, wo zest. There is no zeal, zest in the mouse. He has no passion to do that. वो जो चूहे का काम होता है वो एक्टिव होना, वो नहीं करता है. Weasel and crow as if molded in brass. Weasel and crow as if molded. Weasel is a mammal, a furry mammal, and crow we already know, a bird. So the poet has used weasel and crow, two images again. Earlier the mouse's image, now the weasel and the crow's image. Says that weasel and crow as if. Jaiseke simile has been employed by the poet in order to make us understand the severeness, the toughness, the brutality of the word. The poet has used weasel and crow as if molded in brass, as if molded, mold, as if shaped. Mold has been used as a shape, as if shaped in brass, a metal. इतने सर्द हो गए हैं, इतने ठंडे हो गए हैं, ये सर्दी से, जिसे चिलिकलान में होता है, हम कपड़े बाहर सूखने के लिए रखते हैं, वो सुबह उनको आदमियों की शेप बनी होती है. They become like brass, like we knock them and they give us some strange sounds, a brassy sound. And this is what the poet means here. Weasel and crow as if molded in brass, move through an outer darkness. When they go outside, there is darkness. We already know that in winter we do not have crystal clear sun. We do not have that sunny day. We do not have that much hot day. And when they go out, when they move through an outer darkness, not in their right minds, they are not in their own positions, they are not in a good position, they are not in a good energy. The poet says when weasel and crow, when they go out of their nests, out of their holes, they are not right in their minds. They are not right in their minds. They are not in their energy, they are not in their enthusiasm, they are not in their passion like they used to be in the summer. This is what the poet says, that winter have somehow reduced their life. Winter have somehow reduced their life because of the coldness. They feel better to be inside. And when they come now out, if they now come out by this or that, by circumstances, they come out of their nests, they are in the darkness, they are not in their right minds, they are not right in their position, they are not right in their full flow, they are not right with the enthusiasm. And then with the others, with the other deaths, and rest of the animals, most of the animals from the rest of the world die during the severe cold. With the other deaths, she too pursues her ends. With the other deaths, और बाकी जानवर जो हैं वो मरते भी हैं. ये अभी तक पोइट ने बताया कि ग्लोब जो है सर्द हो चुका है, यहाँ स्नोड्रॉप जो है वो श्रंक हो चुका है सर्दी से. अराउंड द माउस स्टार्ट विंटरिंग हॉट. और उसके बाद विजल और क्रो जो है वो भी इतने सर्दी से, मतलब उनकी शेप जो चेंज हो गई, वो ब्रास लाइक मेटल बन चुके हैं. और उसके बाद मूव थ्रू एन आउटर डार्कनेस, जब वो बाहर निकलते हैं, नॉट इन द राइट माइंड्स, दे आर नॉट इन द पोजीशन, दे आर नॉट इन दैट गुड पोजीशन, दे आर नॉट इन दैट एंथुसियाज्म. और विद द अदर डेथ्स बाकी जानवर मरते हैं. बाकी जानवर जो जानवर सर्वाइव करते हैं तो करते हैं. इवन कि हिंदुस्तान में हमारे इन आर इंडिया, मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल डाई in the month of Jan and Feb. We lose every year, we lose hundreds of people because of the bitter cold wave in India. And then this is what the poet says, that some other with other deaths, maybe they are animals, they are birds, they are insects which die. We ourselves see them dying. I have seen many times, I have seen honeybees dying, I have seen flying insects, other things dying. But then the poet says, she too pursues her ends. बहुत सारी चीजें मरती हैं, लेकिन one thing is there, that is snowdrop. She too pursues her ends. Here the poet has used snowdrop. It has been used pronoun as she. She too pursues her ends. लेकिन वो तो अपना मकसद पूरा करती है. She comes. Even in this tough season, she grows. She pursues her end. She pursues her aim. End is here aim. She comes to her life. She grows. Her life is supposed in the winter. She is supposed to grow in the winter, and this snowdrop grows in the winter. But what's the reason? What actually the poet wants? This is the crux of the poem here in these 3 lines. He says, she comes and grows, but brutal as the stars of this month. Again, the poet has used simile. She comes, grows, achieves her end, but she is brutal as the stars of this month. She is brutal as the stars of this month. Stars of this month have been used as brutal. Why have stars been mentioned as brutal? Because stars in the winter have become brutal because they do not give us light. They are not that much shiny during the night. Because we already know winter में clouds ज़्यादा होते हैं स्काई पे, तो स्टार्स जो होते हैं जालिम होते हैं. अपनी स्टार्स को पहचाना जाता है अपनी ट्विंकलिंग से, अपनी लाइट से. जब वो लाइट रात को देंगे ही नहीं, जब वो शाइन ही नहीं करेंगे, तो दे आर ब्रूटल. वो तो जालिम है. इसी तरह स्नोड्रॉप, इसका मकसद था चमकना. इट वाज अ फ्लावर. इट वाज सपोज्ड टू ब्लूम. इट वाज सपोज्ड टू ब्लश. But unfortunately, it has become brutal as the stars of the winter. The month has been mentioned already. The winter. So the poet says that she comes, snowdrop grows, but she grows like the stars. She shines, but dark. She is gloomy. She is not that much shiny. Her head heavy as metal. Because of this frost, sardi se, frost se, because of the frost, the head of snowdrop, यहाँ पे personal pronoun लगाया गया है, possessive pronoun. Her head has become heavy. It has gone downward as a metal. metal की तरह, एक metal की तरह, जैसे लोहे की तरह भारी हो गया है और इतना सख्त हो गया है. It has become. Earlier the poet has used the brass. Now he has mentioned metal. That snowdrop grows. It grows in the winter. It employs its energy to grow. But the winter is so severe, so brutal, that it doesn't even allow it to shine, to bloom, like it doesn't allow the stars to bloom. And similarly, it has made its head heavy as metal with the frost. The winter gets with it. And I hope you might have understood the poem. There are similes. Crow as molded in brass. Crow has been used. Crow has been mentioned, molded like in brass. And here the poet has used brutal as the stars of this month. Snowdrop has become brutal as the stars of this month. This is all about the poem, and notes have been already given. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Subscribe the channel and watch videos. Thank you.